outside of State Farm Stadium. The Cardinals listening for the sound of their signature big red siren, which signals an air raid and brings them out to a sea of red here in Glendale. Up next, let's keep it in the NFC for this game. It's the Atlanta Falcons and the Arizona Cardinals. Chad Ryland will have the honor of getting us started, and away we go in Glendale. Here's Jamal Agnew on the return. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. So out have the Falcons for their first possession. And they're brought out by the 8th pick in the 2024 draft. Out of your alma mater, the University of Washington, Michael Penix Jr.
One of the big advantages of Michael Penix coming into the league is it wasn't storybook in college. In fact, he got beat up in Bloomington. Everybody remembers the end at Washington, the runner-up for the Heisman, the national title game, but he took a beating. Injuries derailed many of his years back at Indiana. And I think because of that background, because of all that gets built through that adversity, he's more than ready for everything that comes his way in the NFL.
Throwing for the pistol, Penix. And he's getting close, and they take him down. And that's going to add some distance onto this upcoming third down.
Third down. Third and less than a yard. Okay, ready?
Third and long. They're going to throw. He lofts it deep right side. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So that brings up 4th and long. So they couldn't throw for it on third down, and as a result, they're headed off the field earlier than expected on their opening series.
Keeping him off the scoreboard, well, that's already a win defensively. Not letting him even cross midfield, that's the cherry on top.
And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. So here come the Cardinals now as they get set for their opening drive. They're led out by the 7th-year quarterback from Oklahoma, Kyler Murray.
You know the biggest positive for Kyler a season ago? I really believe this, Kate. He was healthy. Right? We talk about the greatest ability being availability. Well, he was healthy for fully 17 games, something he hadn't done the previous 2 years.
Here's a game to DeMercado. All the way across midfield before he's brought down. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's a Cardinals first down.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from first down in just one play. Get that big play potential on the ground. Jeez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
Murray here on first down. Couldn't bring it in over the middle. Incomplete. That one intended for Trey McBride. So second down coming up.
Those windows over the middle, the congestion, just the mass of people. If you're not on time and on target, you're not going to find a completion, especially on that down and distance.
On 2nd and 10, it's Murray. His throw finds Marvin Harrison Jr. And nothing doing after the catch, but a good gain on it. They're down to the 35. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down. They're set up at the 35 now.
First down. First and 10 at the 35.
Here's Murray, 1st and 10. Into the hands of Harrison. And they're going to be set up at the 11 after that play. Give him 24 on that play. And it'll be first down, Arizona.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
Bringing the offense up to the line. 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Falcons driving in, and they're going to bring him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Kid, all the data lately has taught us really clearly. Sacks, negative yardage plays. They not only just destroy that play, they destroy drives. Well done, defense.
Might be time to reach in the bag of tricks on second down. 16 to go following the sack. Got his man. That's Zay Jones. And he's out of bounds on the final play of our opening quarter. All right, still scoreless through one quarter, but that looks like it's going to change pretty soon. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the second. We'll return to State Farm Stadium in just a moment. About to begin the second here. The Cardinals definitely thinking points. Murray on third down. Escapes the pocket. And he's brought down at the line.
That's such a bummer, Kate, for a quarterback. If you have to scramble and take off, you'd really like to find a way to move the chains. He could not. That defense rallied, they responded, and they forced a fourth down.
So on fourth down, Cardinals calling on Chad Ryland to attempt this field goal. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. The kick by Ryland is good. And that one is going to get them on the scoreboard.
I'd say all in all, that's the exact type of start this team was looking for. 2 possessions in, they've got the lead, and a little early momentum with that field goal.
Chad Ryland to kick off for Arizona.
All set now for the kickoff. Ryland with the honors. Here's Agnew on the return. He stopped on the run back at the 27. The Falcons taking the field for their second drive. And coming off our first points of the ballgame, they're going to take over now trailing 3-zip. Atlanta about ready to go now. 1st and 10. Play action. Here's Penix. No one open on that play, so he's going to chuck this to another county.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball, and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
On 2nd and 10, it's Penix. Complete. It's Bijan Robinson. And that tackle stops him after a solid game. The rookie from Michigan, there that time.
A 7-yard gain.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down.
5 yards. Another 3 and out.
Bradley Pinion on now to punt. That brings us to the 2-minute warning at Glendale. The Falcons with a likely punt coming up. The Falcons getting ready for the punt. Greg Dortch back to return for the Cardinals. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Now we get set to see the Cardinal offense for the second time. They seem likely to carry the lead into the locker room, but some points here to end the half could make things even more comfortable. Pretty good field position here for the Cardinals as they get ready, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Murray. Left side into the hands of McBride. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like, the 40-yard line.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. Down the field, he's got Wilson. And he's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
first thing you do as a quarterback, the first thing that you do when you get to the NFL level, if you haven't learned it earlier, is you scan those safeties. Do I got middle field open or close? Do I got a single high or too high? Is that post going to be available? Because if it is, big plays can follow.
On his Chad Ryland for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Cardinals make it a 10-point ball game.
Falcons, nothing. Chad Ryland to kick off for Arizona.
All set now for the kickoff. Ryland with the honors. Here's Agnew on the return. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. Here's the Falcon offense headed out. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
They go play action. Here's Penix. Stepping up, and he's going to run.
Kid, if you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it 100 times. Completions, completions, completions. Well, that wasn't a pass. It was a scramble. But the net's the same thing, keeping this offense on schedule.
Oh, Penix lost it, and the Cardinals grab it. And Arizona takes it back for a touchdown. The Cardinals grow their lead just before halftime. Really smart play from him there, Brock. Not just to fall on the football, but to take it in for the score.
Yeah, a word we don't normally use with the lineman a lot. Quickness, right? Usually the corner skill guys. But he was quick, man. He downshifted in a hurry for 6.
Ryland now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Cardinals take a 3-possession lead.
Falcons, nothing. Chad Ryland to kick off for Arizona.
Still reeling a little after fumbling that away, but they're going to get it right back with this kickoff. Here's Agnew on the return. Escapes a defender. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Here's Atlanta ready to take over possession. They're trailing, but there's enough time, Brock, that they could get a scoring drive to attack that here before the break. Falcons getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Penix. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
Safe to say there's been an early disconnect between the planning phase and the execution phase for this offense. Might be time, Kate, really to get back to basics, to the calls that you just trust the most.
He's going to go down. The Cardinals got to him. And this defense going to try to hang on to that momentum, Brock, as they go for another stop on 3rd down.
Loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Third and long for him here. He's got London left side. And he's short of the first after a mile gain.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
They'll punt it away again. Bradley Pinion headed back out. Deep to return, Greg Dortch. Collects this at the 32. And that return brings us to the end of our first 2 quarters of play. So a one-sided contest as we reach the break here. Let's head over to Scott Hanson for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hanson with you for a quick recap of the first half, which has been strongly one-sided. This is heading towards blowout territory unless they can come from behind and get themselves a victory. Let's find out what happens in the second half. Let's go back out to the commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Thank you, Scott. Great work there. We, on the other hand, didn't have a great first half. Here's hoping things get a little bit closer this time around as we get set for quarter number 3. Out to kick it away. Here's Pinion. Here's Greg Dortch with the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25. Arizona has the football first to start the third, and here comes its offense. And they really leaned on that passing game in the first half, Brock. Let's see if that emphasis continues to start the third. Cardinals into formation. It's 1st and 10. Run here. This is DiMartino. Powering his way forward a bit. Give him about 6 there to begin this drive.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Operating from the gun. Here's Murray. Falls to the ground out left. Incomplete.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you've got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
Murray to throw here on third. It's caught by Harrison. And they're going to bring him down just after he crosses the 50. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
And the Cardinals first down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Run with DiMartino. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Play action now, Murray. Ooh, out and quick there. They bring him to the turf. And they come through the sack to bring around 3rd down.
They call play action. Would have been better to actually give it to him on a carry right there, Kate. The front was fooled for about a split second, if that. And that play call ended up working in their favor as it leads to a sack.
Defense gunning for a stop here. It's 3rd down. Here he goes, 3rd and long. He's in trouble and gets blocked out again. And a couple of really good plays, Brock, made back-to-back behind the line to bring up 4th down.
Hey, I'll be honest. I'll raise my hand. I think too often we just talk about quarterbacks, I don't know, maybe cornerbacks as well, of having a short memory and flushing bad plays, when in reality, Kate, it's an entire group more often than not. And for this defense to flush that performance, to flush this deficit, and know the only way you're going to come back is taking a baby step each and every play, and a sack like that goes a long ways towards that kind of focus.
Onto the field runs the Atlanta offense. And coming off a 3 and out, Brock, they really need to build some momentum from the ground as they try to get on that scoreboard here. Atlanta about ready to go now. 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Play fake. Penix. Complete out to the right side. And he's going to be escorted out right along that 35-yard line. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
Wow, certainly found the weak spot in the coverage with that catch. Really goes to show They trust every single player, receiver, running back, in that case, tight end, to be a playmaker in this offense.
Rolling left, buying some time. He runs it up to midfield. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This gets down inside the 35-yard line. Well, the defense is really buckled down. That was a scoreless third quarter for us. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the fourth quarter. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Throwing now on first down. Penix. Completed over the middle. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. Offense in a hurry up here.
That's another Falcons first down.
On first down, here's Penix. Finds London on the slant. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Break London. It's a gain of 7.
Penix working from the gun. Caught just shy of the goal line. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2.
It's a gain of 11. And the Falcons first down.
Here's Robinson. And he runs it across. Touchdown. The Falcons get it back to within 2 possessions. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Romo adds the point after. And the Falcons cut the lead down to 10.
17. Falcons 7.
Still down a couple of scores after that. They're going to set up for the onside kick. And the Cardinals hands team secures the football. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. Well, kind of feels like we're starting to get to that point, Brock.
And what point is that, Kate?
You know, the bold point of the game where you have to try something bold could end up becoming a play that finally sinks him, though.
Yeah, it's time for desperation. Without a defensive stop here, it's really hard to lay out the scenarios for much success. Every second matters now when you don't come up with that onside kick.
The Arizona offense about set to get going here. And they're already up by 2 scores, Brock, but another one here would really put this one out of reach. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. There's DiMercado. They're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
13 yards on the play. That's good for a Cardinals.
Run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10. Here's Murray. He can run it. This is going to make it down to the 6. That's going to set him up with 1st and goal. Now we're going to have a break in the action as one of the Cardinals is in some pain, and they'll be out to look at him. First and goal now as they try to pad this lead. DiMercado on the carry. And he is into the end zone for an Arizona touchdown. The Cardinals can put this out of reach as they make it a 16-point lead. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Ryland now for the extra point. The point after splits the upright. And the Cardinals take a 3-possession lead.
Cardinals 24, Falcons 7. Chad Ryland to kick off for Arizona.
All set now for the kickoff. Ryland with the honors. Here's Agnew on the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Falcons ready for their next possession. And all game, they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out. Penix now on first down. Cut down the field. It's Pitts. And he's going to have this up and across midfield, partner to the 48.
A gain of 24 yards. And the Falcons first down.
On first down, here's Penix. Trying to push deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And this is going to get them all the way into the red zone. He's taken down at the 13-yard line. What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. Going right side, Robinson with it. And there's the stop, but he's got 9 yards on first down. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
Staying with Robinson. And he's in. It's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons get it back to within 2 possessions. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown.
Falcons.
It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with 1 end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you instantly think of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Romo's point after is good. And the Falcons cut the lead down to 10.
Falcons 14.
Well, don't look up at the clock, everybody. That is certainly not their friend as they get set to try an onside kick. And they get there to take him down right around the 41.
Hey, the numbers don't lie. The numbers tell you, Kate, time and again, it is so hard to recover these onside kicks. And when you got an opponent prepared for it, well, that makes it even more difficult.
The Arizona offense ready to get things going again. And even after giving up the late touchdown, Brock, still a 2-score game, so you should expect them to be in that victory formation in just a few moments.
You should, but, you know, I just picture Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, the greats in this game, right, over the last few decades. You know, they grinded down every second, never took anything for granted. You got to finish it all the way down to double zeros.
Timeout called by Atlanta. That's going to be its 2nd. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down.
2nd and 12 at the 43-yard line.
Oh, Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. Hits him on the out route. And he gets it down to the 35 before stepping out.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing. We're getting the ball out on time and on rhythm. But these outcuts, it is so imperative. And the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. On 3rd down, they wind up going the wrong way. That one goes backwards. The Falcons take a timeout to their final one. As they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. So now it's Chad Ryland's turn to attempt this Cardinals field goal. It'll be a 54-yarder from the right hash. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that pushes the lead up to 13.
That kick, well, it throws a roadblock up on some of the remaining avenues to get back in this game and really leaves only one remaining. It's going to take 2 touchdowns if they want a shot at it. And we know those odds, they're getting pretty long.
All set now for the kickoff. Ryland with the honors. Here's Agnew on the return. A decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. Now here come the Falcons on offense. And all that's needed here, Brock, is some repeat execution from that last series. Of course, I expect the defense has made some adjustments after giving up that touchdown.
And that is the beauty of this game we love so much. Those back and forth adjustments on the sidelines. And can this offense do what it did a drive ago? And that is stay one play ahead of their defensive foes.
It's a gain of 11. And the Falcons first down.
Penix on first down. Throwing the out route complete. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second.
Motion man is the tight end here, going left. Penix here from the gun. Hauled in by Mooney, left side. And he's tackled for a short gain.
It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd.
Now to throw. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. That one intended for Drake London. And that'll bring up 4th and 3.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. The quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not 2 hands that got on the football.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. And that's going to wind up incomplete as their gamble doesn't pay off. They're going to turn this one over on downs.
I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
With the win in hand, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out. Lining up to take a knee on 2nd down. So the Cardinals fight to a win here at home. They did their part, Brock, defending the home field, using that advantage to secure the victory. We know home field advantage is a real thing. And the crowd, they did their part too, adding to just an awesome atmosphere, helping energize those players at big moments of today's ball game.
Yeah, it is super fun to win on the road. I'm not going to lie, to quiet the crowd. But you know what's even better? When you get to celebrate with your family, your friends, your hometown people, your community, and you know, more importantly, they played a role as that extra voice in that building, man. It is a rewarding feeling.
Well, that'll do it for us, for Brock Heward and our entire hard-working crew. I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Cardinals as we say so long from Glendale.